July 2003. The Cleveland Cavaliers select an 18-year-old kid from Akron, Ohio, with the first overall pick in the NBA draft. He has never played a single minute of professional basketball, never shared the court with an NBA superstar, never felt the pressure of a playoff Game 7. And yet, before he even plays a game, Sports Illustrated puts him on the cover and calls him the chosen one. Not a future star, not a superstar prospect, the chosen one. The expectations were completely insane. And somehow, 20 years later, it feels like they actually undersold him. Because when you really break down LeBron James without nostalgia, without agendas, and without turning every conversation into Jordan versus LeBron, you realize something crazy. LeBron James might be the most complete basketball player who has ever lived. Before we even talk about rings or MVPs, we need to understand what LeBron physically was entering the NBA. At 18 years old, he was 6 feet 8 inches, around 240 pounds, built like a power forward, but moving like a guard. Stronger than wings, faster than forwards, more explosive than most guards, and somehow coordinated enough to control all of it perfectly. Basketball had never seen that combination before. The NBA had seen strong players. It had seen athletic players. But nobody had ever combined elite size, speed, strength, explosiveness, and court vision in one body like this. And the craziest part is that he somehow maintained it for 2 decades. Most players decline hard by their mid-30s. LeBron was still dominating at 38 years old, still averaging elite numbers, still carrying offenses, still making all-NBA teams. That level of longevity is almost impossible in basketball, and it wasn't accidental either. LeBron treated his body like a full-time science project. Recovery specialists, personal chefs, cryotherapy, sleep optimization, trainers, everything. He invested millions into making sure his body could survive longer than anybody else's. And honestly, longevity is one of the most underrated parts of the GOAT debate. People obsess over peak years, but sustaining greatness for 20 straight seasons might be even harder. LeBron didn't dominate for 3 years. He dominated for 20. Then you look at the actual skill set. And this is where things become ridiculous. LeBron became the all-time leading scorer in NBA history, but he didn't do it as just a shooter or just a slasher. He mastered basically every type of scoring possible. Transition scoring, post-game, mid-range, three-point shooting, finishing through contact, fadeaways, floaters, every single area of offense. But scoring, honestly, isn't even the best part of his game. LeBron James is one of the greatest passers basketball has ever seen. Not for his size, just one of the greatest passers ever. His court vision is absurd. He sees plays before they happen. He manipulates defenses like an elite point guard while having the physical dominance of a power forward. That combination should not exist. And then there's defense. People forget this because older LeBron started conserving energy, but from around 2010 to 2016, he was one of the best defenders in basketball. He could legitimately guard all 5 positions. Strong enough for centers, fast enough for guards, smart enough to control entire defensive systems. The 2016 finals block on Andre Iguodala perfectly summarizes everything insane about LeBron as an athlete. The speed, timing, awareness, recovery. Most players in NBA history physically cannot make that play. But honestly, the most underrated part of LeBron's game might be his basketball IQ. Greg Popovich once said LeBron sees the game like a coach while actively playing in it. Think about that. While sprinting full speed in transition, LeBron is processing every player on the floor and calculating the best possible decision in real time. That's why his teams were always dangerous, no matter who was around him. He controlled games mentally before he even controlled them physically. Now we get to the championships, because this is where every debate starts. LeBron has 4 rings, Jordan has 6. That's always the first thing people bring up. But context matters. LeBron went to 10 NBA finals across across multiple eras, multiple teams, and multiple generations of superstars. And yes, the 2011 finals against Dallas was a disaster. That series deserves criticism. But honestly, what makes LeBron's career impressive is what happened after that failure. He rebuilt himself mentally, came back stronger, won back-to-back championships, and then delivered arguably the greatest championship run ever in 2016 against the 73-win Warriors, down 3-1 against the greatest regular season team in NBA history, leading both teams in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, then making the defining defensive play of his career in Game 7. That championship completely changed his legacy. Then you look at the resume overall. Over 40,000 points, top 5 all-time in assists, nearly 11,000 rebounds, 4 MVPs, 10 finals appearances, 20 All-NBA selections, 20 years of elite basketball. There has never been another player who combined scoring, passing, rebounding, longevity, adaptability, versatility, and durability at this level all at once. That's why LeBron is so difficult to rank historically, because Jordan probably had the higher peak. Magic was the better pure passer. Kareem had unbelievable longevity too. But nobody combined everything the way LeBron did. And honestly, that's probably the best way to describe him. Maybe not the greatest, but definitely the most complete basketball player who has ever lived.
Mo Williams will throw in. Sean Lewis playing off the ball. Lewis gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the